morning, it's Sam from Ocean Breath Yoga. Welcome to my channel, and this morning we're going to just do a nice morning yoga flow, not too long. And as you all, some of you may know, my cat Dilly may be joining us. This is my yoga cat. She always comes and joins me on the mat, so don't you? Yes. So I'm sure she will be here doing her cat cow. Hey, you're very good at that. Okay, so we're just going to start off in a nice, easy seated position. Legs crossed, hands on your knees. And before we start, let's just get into the moment and take some nice, deep breaths. Close your eyes if you wish, or just soften your gaze. Stroke your cat. Relax your shoulders, make sure your spine is nice and straight. Now open your eyes if you had them closed. We're going to take our right hand down, bring our left hand up and over. Nice side body stretch. Hello, Dilly. That's it. Just take a few moments. Try and stack the shoulders, opening up across the chest. You want some space there. Nice. And then come up into the middle and just basically go over onto the other side. Stretching that torso, that fascia in the side body. Lovely. Come up to neutral, and we're going to take our left hand onto our right knee and our right hand behind us, and we're just going to look over that right shoulder. Nice twist but gentle, and then come to center and go to the other side. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, that is when you twist. Come back to center. Now we're going to go forwards onto our hands and our knees into a tabletop position. Let me move my nice cushion out the way. This is when Dilly starts to get in the way. So just check that your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Engage the core. Then as you inhale, you drop the belly, open up across the chest, looking up. As you inhale, come through, taking your belly button up to your spine, chin to chest, relaxing the head down. Inhale, look up, and exhale, come through. Take that tailbone coming down. Inhale, look up, and exhale, round through, chin to chest. 3 more in your own time. Flexing that spine, getting all nicely warmed up, ready for the rest of your practice. Nice. And once you've done 6, come to a neutral spine. Your abdomen is still engaged. Relax the shoulders down. We are going to tuck our toes under and lift our hips up to the ceiling, coming through into a downward dog. And here she comes. Hello. Pedal your feet out. So we're taking our dog for a walk. One knee and then the other. Hello. And then we're going to make our way to the top of the mat. You can do 1 step, hop, or you can just walk nice and slowly. Coming up to the top into a forward fold, relaxing the head down, and then very slowly rolling up. And we're going to take our hands straight up into a sun salutation, so palms together and then literally go straight back down again. Palms come to the floor, take our legs back into a plank position. If you want to, you can lower the knees. And then all of us lower the knees, chest down, chin to floor, come up, nice low cobra. Watch that back. Exhale, release, tuck the toes under, engage the thighs, bring the knees off the floor and push yourself up to a plank. And then up to a downward dog. Nice. Now just take a few breaths here. Again, you can take your dog for a walk if you wish. Relax the head and the neck. And then step up to the top of the mat or walk your way nice and slowly. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. And then nice and slowly come all the way up, rolling up. Taking our hands up above our heads, palms together. Exhale to heart center. And let's do that once more. Bend the knees to go down, to come up. And then come all the way down through the center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, relaxing down. Bend your knees if you need to. Palms come to the ground. Take a step back into plank. Then knees, chest, chin, down to the floor. Come up into cobra. Shoulders back. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, knees up to plank. And then up to downward dog. Hips high. Engage that core. Stretching out. Nice straight back. And then step up to the top of the mat. Bending those knees if you need to. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down again. Inhaling, taking the arms up above us. Exhale, hands to heart. My cat's causing chaos behind the camera. Bend the knees down to come up. Oops. Exhale, all the way down the middle. Place palms. Our feet go back into a plank. This time, if you want to, you can go forwards and go into a chaturanga, but otherwise do knees, chest, chin. Come up into an upward dog or a cobra, your choice. And then either back through tabletop, but we're meeting in a downward dog. Engaging the core, relaxing the head. Come to the top of the mat in your forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Nice figure 7 shape. Exhale, relax down. And then I want you to bend your knees and very slowly roll up. Taking your hands up above your head. Hands to heart. Lovely. Now we're going to take our right leg back. Oh, watch your balance. Our left leg is bent. Watch that the knee is not coming over the ankle. Our back leg is nice and straight. But we're going to tip round. So you might want to just readjust your feet. That back foot is pointing up towards that corner. Hips are facing forwards. Core's engaged. Hands come up. Warrior 1. 5 breaths here. Relax the shoulders down. Plug those shoulders into the socket. Looking forwards. Feeling the strength in that back leg. And then open up to the side on your next inhale. Just that back foot slightly. We're now in Warrior 2. Keeping your hands nice and up towards the shoulder height. Bend into that knee a little bit more if you can. Just your feet if you need to. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. So the hips are now facing the long edge of the mat. Trying to, but without bringing this knee in. Just watch that knee, make sure it's out. Lovely. Now we're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to come forwards with our hands and we're going to tip. You might want to block. You grab one. Hang on, I've got one here. Oh. So we use blocks in my classes just to come into that. But if you can, rather than leaning on your shin. I always think if you lean on your leg, you're putting a lot of pressure on that knee joint. So just watch that. So straight leg on your block if you need to bring the floor up to you. That is absolutely fine. And we're trying to keep everything together. I don't want bottom sticking out. It's nothing out like that. Come back. Oh. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Now kind of bend that front leg, come back up to a warrior two, lower the hands down, and we're going to bring this foot, your back foot, up to meet the left. So if it takes a couple of jumps, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to come to the other side of my mat just so you can see what I'm doing. So we're now going to take the opposite leg back. I'll just move my block so that I've got it handy. So front knee is bent and knee is above the ankle. Our back leg is straight, so, and the foot is kind of at an angle, pointing up towards that corner. Our hips are facing the short edge of the mat. We're going to bring our arms up. Plug those shoulders in. Engage your core. And don't forget to breathe. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Open up into warrior 2. You might want to just adjust that back foot slightly. Can you see? There we go. Nice. Just drop down into it. Make sure your arms are at shoulder height. Look out over the middle finger of that front hand. Inhale and exhale. Relaxing into the pose, feeling those strong legs that you have, holding you up, ready for the day. Now we're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to hinge forward and then we're going to tip. So again, if you need to grab your block, grab your block. And my shoulders are stacked one above the other. Nice and straight. If this is too much, you can just put a little micro bend into this front knee. So do what works for you. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Bend this front knee and come back up to a warrior 2. And we're just going to bring, so we're in a wide-legged stance. So we're going to go a wide-legged forward fold, but we're just going to heel toe. I'll kick my block out of the way. Heel toe in, about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider if you need to, especially if you've had a baby or you're pregnant. Please be mindful of that. And then we're going to come down into a squat, a malasana yogi squat. So I usually find coming down, going from side to side, come right down into your squat. You might want to use your hands. Now we're aiming to have our feet flat on the floor. That is where we're aiming for. But you might find this difficult. So if you're up on your toes, that is fine. You can use a block to sit on, which then helps you get into that position, okay? Because we need a strong back, we need a strong core here, and strong pelvic floor. This is all very good for the pelvic floor. Our elbows are coming, just gonna get rid of my block. Our elbows are coming into the inside of the knees, palms together. So we're pushing against each of the palms, and our elbows are pushing against the knees. Straighten the back. Feel that strength. It's a strong pose, but very good for us. Oh. Nice. Now I'm just going to stay where you are. I'm just going to change myself here because we are going to do a little bit of a roll. Take your hands out from that position and we're going to roll down onto the floor. Now this might not look very ladylike, so you need to just do what you can do. You might want to put your hands down and come down, or let's just roll. Woo! There we go. We're coming down to a bridge position. So lay down on your back, bringing the soles of your feet in towards your bottom. Engaging your core. Your arms are down by your sides, palms facing down so it's supportive. Alright, now our shins are facing forwards. Feel your lower back flush against the mat, so we're pushing down. That's one way of your pelvis tilting. My cat's causing chaos again. Here she comes. Hello. And then tilt the other way so that your back lifts up off the mat. And then flush it to the mat. And then tip there. So that's your pelvic tilt. So we want about a neutral when we're starting. And then I just want you to inhale. And then exhaling, just lift your bottom off the mat to come up into a bridge pose. And then inhale, then come down and then exhale. Nice. Inhale. And come up. Chin to chest to chin, chin to the sky. And roll down. I'm going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift. Inhale at the top. Then exhale as you roll down. Inhale at the bottom. My cat literally. Can you hear her? It just causes chaos. And lift it up to the sky. And hold here. If you want to, you can take your hands underneath your back, lifting your shoulders up. You can also use a block, to support your lower back here, if you want to. So you've got several options. Just hold it for a minute, in whichever position you wish. And then slowly roll down. Nice and calm until your back hits the mat. Now we're just going to take our legs over to the left. Our arms are coming out nice and wide. I'm looking over towards the right hand. All you can hear in the background is my cat causing chaos. And then lift the knees up and roll them over to the other side, facing towards your knees towards the right, you're facing the left. Just a nice little twist. And then coming up into the middle. At this point you might want to lower your legs down, palms face up on either side of you as you relax into Shavasana. The most important part of any practice is the relaxation. It allows your body to transition into the next part of your day, prepares you for what you are going to be doing next. Take some big breaths. Now, you can pause the video and just carry on lying in Shavasana. Or if you have a lot to do today, it's fine to end. We'll bring our palms together in Namaste. Bring it up to the third eye. Big breath in, big breath out. Thank yourself for showing up for this practice. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Bye.